Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been quite quiet the past couple of weeks. The weather's been absolutely miserable, but it's a glorious day today. So I just thought I'd start off at home and show you what's been going on over the past couple of months, what I've been doing at home. So I'll show you what seedlings I've got going and what's going to be going up to the allotment this afternoon with me. So let me just swing the camera around and I'll show you what I've got so far. Right. Okay, so I've got these greyhound cabbages. They're still quite small. I'll pot them on from these pots into bigger pots. I want them to be at least twice the size of this before I take them to the allotment, just so they stand a chance against slugs and snails. Down here in the vital pod, I've got my chilies. Let's see if I can get this off.
39, 61 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, so that's just a clock. It's a clock we brought out when we were out in Malaysia on holiday one time, and it meant that during the middle of the night when it's so hot you couldn't sleep, you could actually just press this.
39, 61 degrees Fahrenheit.
And it'll tell you the time and it'll tell you the temperature, and you think, God, am I ever going to get some sleep? Anyway, back to the chilies. So I've got these ones, these two big ones were from the original batch. They were sown in December. And the other ones are mostly ones that I had to re-sow in January because I had a slug in my cell trays that chewed everything back. So this is a Robertina. This one is a Poblano. And I've got several Poblanos. I've got California Wonder, Robertina, Poblano. This is Heaven Facing Angel. Angel Facing Heaven, something like that. Really hard time getting them to germinate. I've only got one that germinated. And this is a Toro Rossa. This long, sort of like bull's horn shaped. Corno di Toro Rossa, bullhorn shaped red pepper that you get in the supermarket. So that's the chilies and pepper plants. I think these lights are really good. I think they're getting really good growth in it because I had my onions in there. I'll show you them next, or I'll show you them soon when we go into the garden. And they look, yeah, I get really good growth on these, anything I put under these lights. Other things going on in here in the conservatory, excuse the mess. I've got some King Edward potatoes. I decided to buy some potatoes from Sutton's because the shop at the allotment, they just seem to get the same varieties year after year, and I wanted to try something different. So this is some King Edwards. I will get some Rocket and maybe some more Cara from the allotment. This is my single seed potato challenge potato. It came during the week. He's called Champ. I wasn't going to name him this year, but since Robert Meakin, who won last year, he won with a whopping 28 kilograms from one potato. He called his Victor. So I thought, right, we're going to get Champ, and we'll have Champ in competition with Robert. So that's a single seed potato challenge 2025. These ones are a mixture. These are all the green potatoes that I got from last year. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to replant them with seed potatoes Obviously you don't eat green potatoes, so these are going to be planted as seed potatoes this year, and we'll see if we can get a crop from them. So these big ones I know are definitely Cara, but I think there's some secondaries, Rocket or something like that, or Kestrel. I can't remember what I grew last year now. Anyway, let's go out and have a look in the garden. We have a very sickly bunny at the minute. He's got this parasite infection that affects the nervous system, and he's lost the back use of his legs at the minute. I don't know whether you can see him in there. So he's getting all his food and that brought to him, and we bring him out and we let him on the grass. And he's doing okay. All his main body functions are working, and it's just that he's lost his use of his back legs at the minute. He is getting medicated, and we're hoping that the medication will have an effect, help him recover. I mean, this is the hutch where they mainly sleep at night, and it's connected via this drain pipe to the run. Well, I don't know whether you can see Nellie. She's hiding in there, but she's okay. She doesn't, well, I say she's okay. She did contract this parasitic worm and left her with, she would fall over, just roll over. She'd lost her balance. For a while. And then she recovered from it, and she's absolutely fine now, so we're hoping that he makes a recovery. Sorry for all the zooming in and that. But yeah, that's the rabbits at the minute. So a few things up here, and I'm going to take to the allotment. I've got my broad beans. I was in two minds whether to grow broad beans this year, so I'm only going to do a few. I'm not going to do a full tray. So they were put in a couple of weeks ago, and once they're up above the ground, they take off. I got one that didn't fire, but I don't know. I might have two in there for some reason. This is perpetual spinach, which is going to go up to the allotment today. We'll stick that in the ground. And these are all my onions, which have been growing under the grow lights for the past 2 months. And they look really good. So these are going to go up to the allotment today. These are Stuttgart, and they were planted the 15th of December. So yeah, they're all going to go up. So it's a fabulous day here in Exeter today. The sun's out, there's no wind, it's very warm. It's the nicest day we've had since last year sometime. But tomorrow it's going to be raining. Got a big rain front coming in all over the UK. So I'm going to go up there this afternoon, get all these things in the ground, and that'll be the garden for the weekend. So thanks for watching. I'll maybe film a few things, show you around the allotment this afternoon. So yeah, that's it for now. Bye. So I've got 4 bags with me today, and I've got plenty more at home. I just bring a few bags up every time I come up. But it's making some really good compost. Okay, so these are the perpetual spinach that I had down in the house. So I'm going to put them in that bed over there. It's already prepared. So I'm going to put 6 in for me, and I'll save 3 for Delilah. She might be coming up later. She's not feeling too good today, but she might make an appearance later, she said. Yeah, let's get a trowel and we'll start putting these in. These have been in these pots for quite a long time. They should be okay. So I decided that I was going to use some of the compost from the compost bin to top up this bed before I put the onions in. Now this side of the bed has been untouched for about a year, just been putting stuff on the top. Then when I emptied the other side of the bed, I took all the stuff from the top of this pile that hadn't been composted down, and I put it on the other side beside me. But as you can see, bindweed, that's the problem with this entire plot, bindweed. And I know people say, you know, cover it and it will die and things like that, but this bindweed's been buried by about 2 foot of compost, you know, and about 3 foot, you know, of hay and straw, and it still finds its way. It doesn't kill it. It might stop it for a little bit, but it's always there. But yeah, this compost is really good. I did buy a bag of compost just before Christmas to do my seedlings, and I was appalled. I was appalled at the compost. You know, it was supposed to be a good quality compost, and there was all sorts of things in it. And I suddenly thought to myself, why am I buying all this rubbish stuff, you know, commercial stuff, when I can make even better stuff, you know, myself at home or at the allotment. So yeah, I'm really going to make more use of this, I think. As you can see, just up to the left of the wheelbarrow, there's about 8 bags there, 8 bags of compost I dug out the other side, and there's some bags over on one of the other beds. They're just holding the cardboard down at the minute, which I'm using to suppress weeds over the winter. But yeah, it's really nice stuff, this compost. It would be even better if it didn't have bindweed in it. But yeah, it's a small price to pay. Gives me something else to moan about, doesn't it? But yeah, it's a great compost, and I hope the onions do really well in it. Gives me a wee bit of exercise as well, so that's always a good thing. So once I've got it all in this bed, I'm just going to get a rake and spread it all about. This compost, it looks a lot in here at the minute, but we're due a lot of rain tomorrow, well, Sunday, the 23rd. So once the rain hits this, it'll sink it down, because there's a lot of air gaps, not so much air gaps, but there's a lot of air trapped within the compost at the minute. But once it rains, you know, all these sort of like water the compost in around the seedlings. So I'm not too bothered about that. I'm not even going to water anything today, because we're going to get so much rain tomorrow. But yeah, it looks really good. And there's no plastic, and there's no wood or anything like that, or coir. Yeah, I wish I'd stopped working on these beds. But once I get the onions in, I'll probably stop working on it. And that's just a bit of cardboard that I'd used over the winter. I'd covered the bed with cardboard to suppress the weeds. I'd done a good job, but because of the rain and the wind, the cardboard's beginning to disintegrate now. But I don't care, it's done its job, and that's the bed now ready for the onions. Right, these are the onions that I brought from home earlier today. These are the Stuttgart. They were planted in here round about, in fact I'll tell you exactly, 15th of December last year. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shake some of the soil off, and hopefully the roots will come out. See, you just tease them apart. And there's 4 there. And what I'm going to do is I've put some compost in that bed. I'm going to start putting them in there, and hopefully that'll be them. But I want to get them all out of the soil first before I don't want to keep having to go backwards and forwards. Actually, look, they're all coming out quite well. I was going to use this tub of water to wash the compost off the roots, but they're all coming out quite well. I don't know how many I've got here, but what I'll do is I'll just fill this bed up. If there's any left over, Delilah can have them if she wants. She's helping me out today. She's turned up and she's doing some camera work for me. So it's been a lovely day today. I'm surprised more people haven't been here. But it's going to rain all day tomorrow, I think. So I think I'll use tomorrow as a cooking day. So I'm going to do a big batch of spaghetti bolognese. We'll have some of that for dinner tomorrow evening. The rest can go in the freezer. And I'm going to make some chicken noodle soup as well. And that can go in the freezer. Oops, I think I pulled the roots off of that one. I haven't got any leeks at the allotment because for the past couple of years we've had allium leaf miner affecting them all. So what I'm going to do is I might try and grow a few leeks in my garden at home. Normally I don't have the space, and plus the rabbits eat everything, so it's going to be in one of the planters I've got. Okay, I think that's enough actually. go and get some of these in the ground. Right, that's it. We're going to call it a day now. The sun's beginning to set, although it's quite bright. It's actually blinding me here. But I'll give you a quick walk around and show you what's been going on in the garden. There's not an awful lot going on. It's still very early in the year, but I'll maybe show you what we've got so far and maybe what we've got planned, although plans are subject to change. So if we come to here, we've got the garlic. We've got 2 rows of elephant garlic, then we've got some Iberian garlic that I got from the Isle of Wight garlic farm. Then I've got some Germador, which is my own saved seed from last year. Then we've got another couple of rows of elephant garlic. If we come up the back, I've got 6 perpetual spinach, or beet spinach, whatever you want to call it. So hopefully they'll take off now. But they've been growing, they've been out all winter in the garden in pots, so they're quite hardy. This one's not getting used at the minute, but I am going to be having a couple of rows of peas in here, and then eventually during the summer I'll be having my tomatoes in here as well, and maybe some squashes as well. I want to get some squashes done this year. So peas at the moment and tomatoes and squashes later. I haven't made up, actually, that's an idea. That little bed there, golden beetroots. So they can go in there. I might start sowing the seeds for them at the end of this month. So that little bed will be the golden beetroots. This bed here, probably peppers, once I get peppers big enough to come out. rhubarb's starting to come up, so we'll look forward to that. This needs a bit of a weeding. Blueberries is growing again. As you can just about see, little shoots coming up there. Strawberry, that needs cleaned out. As usual, there'll be parsnips in here again, so that needs weeded. This is all ready to go for parsnips. I'm not ready to do the parsnips just yet. Onion seedlings, you probably see me put them in today. I don't know how many's in there, but there's enough. Hopefully they'll take off. I've got a bit of the fertiliser I got from the garlic shop. I think I'm going to put my broad beans in that bed there. I have partially cleared it, but we're running out of time today. So broad beans in there. Then I think I'm going to have my purple climbing beans and some runner beans. I've actually bought some brand new runner bean seeds, so I haven't grown runner beans for quite a while. So they'll go in there, and I think that top bed I might use it for brassicas again. I might do some little cabbage, my greyhound cabbage. I could put my greyhound cabbage in there because they're not very big plants. So there, because I've only got a little short net that goes over that one, so the greyhound cabbage can go in there. I'm going to grow some potatoes in here again. Don't be fooled, this will soon get cleared off. I was up here last week busting pallets open, so I ended up getting cold, so I packed it in before I finished that one. But yeah, that'll get cleared out maybe next week. I've got a week off work in March, so I've got a couple of jobs to do in the garden at home. Clearing out the shed at home, the potting shed at home, so I'll get that done. Then I'll come up here and I'll get a lot of work done here. Not quite sure what I'm going to do in this one yet. It might be lettuces and things like that, more beetroot, whatever. It's a big bed. I can put lots of stuff in there. Obviously, carrots are going in this carrot box. This one here, haven't decided yet. I'll get that cleared out, and once I've got it cleared out, I'll probably think of something to go in there. Other things I was thinking about this year, I was actually thinking about sweet potatoes, and maybe growing sweet potatoes. I just had the idea the other week and I haven't fully investigated it yet. But what I'll do is I'll see if I can get some seedlings or something and see if we can grow some sweet potatoes in pots. Bit early for potatoes at the minute. I've got potatoes chitting back home, as you saw earlier. I've got the single seed potato from Steve Digwell, and yeah, it's going to be another good year, hopefully. But yeah, that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this little brief tour around the allotment. As I said, it's still a bit early in the year, but it's been such a glorious day today. It's just good to get out and get a little bit of work done. But thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please feel free to subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. If you tick the subscribe button and tick the little bell, you'll be notified whenever a new video comes out. I'm sure you all know how to use YouTube. And if you want to leave a comment, leave a comment. I do try and answer every comment. I don't get an awful lot, but I do try and answer them all. So if you want to leave a comment and I'll respond. But thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.